This video was sponsored by Tokyo Treat and Sakura Co. Today I'm going to be answering some of your questions that you sent in about me, my content, and some of my opinions on different types of media. May or may not be flooded with mostly Sonic questions. So today I'm going to be showing off a Tokyo Treat and Sakura Co box. If you have not heard of Tokyo Treat, it's a subscription box sent out on a monthly basis filled with Japanese treats. Tokyo Treat includes more popular Japanese snacks that you may be familiar with, like the Japanese exclusive Kit Kats, Japanese soda bottles, and a whole variety of uniquely flavored candy and chips. And Sakura Co. includes more authentic and traditional Japanese snacks like mochi, tea, and Japanese cakes like taiyaki. Something else I really enjoy about the Sakura Co. box are the inclusion of home goods like ceramics and chopsticks. For those of you who aren't familiar with the Japanese snacks and candies, you don't have to worry about the ingredients list, since they do provide a booklet that can help you understand your box better. Near the back of the booklet, you can also read stories and learn more about Japanese culture. Check out the description for my affiliate link and the campaign code. Formal Film Productions asks, super proud to call myself a fan of your work. What was the initial idea for wanting to make Sonic and Tails R? For a pretty long time, me and Ryan Drummond, the voice of Sonic in Sonic and Tails R, we wanted to do a project as Sonic and Tails at some point. Once the pandemic sort of happened, we decided it would be a really cool idea to make an audio show. So we decided to make an audio show with Sonic and Tails being sort of the main focus, and it just grew from there. Playtendo asks, out of all of the episodes in Sonic and Tails R, which one was your favorite to work on and why? I think my favorite episode to work on was probably episode 9. We had been preparing for this very big battle episode for a really, really long time, and our biggest surprise would be the song Fly With Me that we had been working on for about a year and a half. So because of working on the theme song for so long and also being really excited about everything building up, episode 9 was the most fun to work on. Sakana80 asks, what is your favorite project that you've worked on? It would either be between Sonic and Tails R or the song Found My Way. Dash Joe asks, if you could visit any place in the Sonic series, where would you visit? I would probably visit Spagonia. I just think it's a really, really pretty place. You've made so much awesome music with other people, thank you. But which is your favorite one that you did a collab on? Easily Fly With Me featuring Tony Harnell. Tony Harnell was a pleasure to work with. He was super, super talented, and yeah, he did such a great job. Ultrasonic Hero asks, my question for you is, what has been your most favorite moment in any episode of Sonic and Tails R? This is a super hard question to answer because I have my favorite moment that I personally enjoyed. I also had my favorite moment when it came to releasing it and watching the overall reaction. So my favorite moment in Sonic and Tails R was from episode 7 when Tails and Eggman had their fight. But I think my favorite moment where we got to reveal something to the audience was the end of episode 5 when we revealed Shadow. Jack asks, love your covers. My question is, how did you get started with doing cover songs? So back when I graduated high school, I didn't know what to do with all of this singing that I had been doing for a long time. I had been taking lessons, I had been doing choir, etc. And after I graduated, I'm like, great, I really want to sing, so what do I do with that? So I inevitably made a YouTube channel and started just posting covers. It got better after a long time. When I first started, I was using a really old iMac with a potato speaker mic. It was super terrible, but I just sort of kept going. I kept doing it. Yulo Yeppy asks, if you had the ability to voice one Sonic character that you can't voice right now, who would you choose? I feel like I'd have the ability to do certain types of voices. I think I could provide a voice for Amy Rose or Cream the Rabbit, or Blaze the Cat, which I haven't really tried a whole lot of, but I think that Blaze is the one I'd want to do the most. I really like Blaze, she's a really great character, and I think I could maybe do it. I haven't really given it a try though. Gray asks, where in the world would your ideal vacation be, and whom would you spend it with? There are a lot of places I would probably vacation. I've had vacation before in Japan. I would love to vacation in Greece. I would love to vacation in France. I would love to vacation in Italy. And who would I spend it with? I don't know. I think it really depends on where I'm going. I'd love to spend it with family or friends. Hyde Keto asks, aside from Magical Doremi, what other Japanese anime are you a fan of, and what anime openings and songs would you like to cover from them? So aside from Ojamajo Doremi, I really like Tokyo Mew Mew, Shakugan Oshana, After School Days Club, The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, Sailor Moon, The Helpful Fox Cinco-san, Your Lie in April, Agretzko, and any Ghibli film. And honestly, any song from like any of those, I would be perfectly fine doing a cover of. I'd actually really love to do that. Dean asks, I don't know if I already asked this question in one of your live streams, but what is your favorite Sonic cover out of the ones that you've done? Yeah, no worries. Even if you did ask that question, I can go ahead and answer it again right here. I have a hard time. I think like every single day when I'm asked this question, it changes. It just sort of depends on my mood. I'll just sort of go through like my top 5 favorites. Fly With Me at this point, Endless Possibility, Reach for the Stars, Live Life, and Found My Way. Those are my top 5. Alexos asks, will you ever plan on doing covers from Sonic X? Yeah, absolutely. I would love to. I think when it comes to these songs, I want to build them from the ground up, just like any other cover that I do. I have plans to do it. I haven't had a chance to make time for them, but I love Sonic X, so I would love to do that. Silver the Hedgehog asks, what would you say is one of your greatest achievements? I have a really hard time answering this question because I have a lot of stuff that I'm very proud of, but I don't know which one would be my greatest achievement. It can be subjective, but I don't know. For me, it's hard to say. I really am proud of myself for doing Fly With Me with Tony Harnell. Working with Tony was a huge dream of mine. It was also a really big accomplishment to get invited to go into the Sega building a few times. I got to go in to do the Monopoly video. I've also been invited in there for some other stuff too, and I'm super proud of that. I don't know, it's just really hard to answer that question, but I think hopefully I answered it. Ian is asking, can you give me a name of a song you plan on covering this year? Sure, I will give you one. Dear My Friend from Sonic Unleashed. What made you get into voice acting? What made me get into voice acting was when I was growing up, I watched Sonic X. I would watch it in English on TV. I was around, say, 11 or 12 when Sonic X was airing on TV, and so I would watch it in English there, and I would also watch it in Japanese on my computer. And I remember finding episodes that had not aired yet in English in Japanese on like YouTube. And I remember watching the performance of episode 77 by the voice actress who was playing Tails. And I remember that scene near the end when Tails had to shoot Cosmo. And the scene was so powerful and full of emotion, and it had moved me so much as a little kid. And that's what made me want to do voiceover. It made me want to cause that same kind of reaction to other people when watching some kind of media. And when it comes to advice, if you want to get into voiceover, I recommend doing workshops. It is super important that you're taking lessons or doing workshops and just overall working on improving your craft. After that, make a demo and send it everywhere. Send it to studios, send it to online directors, casting directors, everything like that. Female Fire Mage is asking, how long have you been singing and doing VAing for, and do you have any tips? So I did provide some tips about voice acting previously, but I can also provide some tips for singing. How long I've been singing? For an incredibly long time. I started taking lessons back when I was in middle school, and I took them throughout high school. And I've been doing voice acting probably, honestly, I'd wanted to get into voice acting around 2012 or so, but I wasn't doing it super crazy or anything. I started kind of heavily getting into voice acting in 2016. Singing tips that I can provide, it's very similar to my voice acting tips, which are, I think you should get singing lessons if you haven't already. That doesn't mean that you're a bad singer. Going and getting singing lessons can help you with all kinds of things, like vocal control, tone. Overall, it's experience that you're going to want to have. Kate asks, how do you stay motivated to live out your dreams? How did you know that this was what you wanted to do with your life, and what inspires you to keep going? How I stay motivated to live out my dreams is just knowing that I don't want to do anything else. There's nothing else in this lifetime that would make me more happy than continuing to do what I love to do, and that's singing and voice acting. Ryan Drummond asks, if you could have one legitimate superpower, being able to fly, ability to turn invisible at will, what would it be and why? I am between two. One would actually be the power to fly. That's something that I've wanted to do since I was a little kid. When I was a kid, I believed in Peter Pan. I legit left my window open and thought maybe Peter Pan would show up and be like, here's some pixie dust, let's go fly around. That's what I've always wanted to do. But the other one, I think it would be to be able to teleport wherever I would like, which is kind of similar. I guess the biggest thing that I want to achieve is being able to go anywhere I want, whenever I want. Trey Nobles asks, what are your favorite kinds of desserts? I really like taiyaki. I really love cupcakes. I love cannolis. I love candy, especially mint candy. And I love strawberry shortcake. Crump asks, what's the most difficult part of your music making process? What's your favorite part? Which Trey also answered below, the most difficult part is Emmy waiting for me to finish the guitar track. And that's technically true. I'm gonna be honest, yeah, I think that would be kind of my answer. As for my favorite part, I think my favorite part is coming up with all of the ideas for the music. It's so much fun if I'm working on it with somebody else. I love bouncing off of ideas and coming up with cool little motifs and stuff that we can kind of put together into something. That would be probably my favorite part. Cooper Castile asks, would you ever do a Green Day cover? If I ever did, it would probably be Time of Your Life. Turbo asks, what skincare product recommendations do you have? I'm tired of using Trey's 3-in-1. I tried to tell you guys. I tried to tell you, but you didn't listen to me. But for real, I use Made With. It's a really cool company where they actually pick out all of your skincare stuff. For my cleanser, I use La Roche-Posay Purifying Foaming Cleanser. For my moisturizer, I use CV Skin Labs Calming Moisture. I also use a cleansing oil. It is Juniper and Pine Organics Papaya Fuse Cleansing Oil. And I also use, Peter Thomas Roth Hydra Gel Eye Patches. I use them once a day. On top of that, I also do a vitamin C eye patch once a day. So I do 2 eye patches a day. And then all of those products that I mentioned before, I also do those every night. Sonicify asks, which Tales voice actress or actor is your favorite? Mine is either Amy Pallant or Colleen. My favorite voice actress of all time is Amy Pallant, just because I grew up on her Tales voice. I really like it. But I love Colleen as well. She's super talented. And that is the last of the questions I plan on answering today. I had so much fun answering your questions. Thank you so much for those who sent them in. Now that I've opened both boxes today, I have to say that I'm really looking forward to enjoying all of these snacks. Especially the strawberry milk and the Japanese sponge cake. They look so good! And you should totally try them out too! Get your own Tokyo Treat or Sakura Co box by clicking on my affiliate link in the description. Which box was your favorite? Was it the Tokyo Treat box or the Sakura Co box? I'd love to know in the comment section below. Thank you guys again so much for tuning in, and I will catch you guys next time. Have a great day!